There we go. Come on, girls. Hey, baby. Where'd you come from with those horns over there? No matter how hard you try to keep these nylon strings from going in where the cows are, then they eat them. They eat too many of them, they can't eat anymore because they don't digest. There you'll see where they've had them in their mouth and half chewed them up and spit them out on the way out in the field. Or somehow or another they get stuck on their feet. I see about 4 or 5 baby calves out there. They're just starting the calve. Yesterday I came out here to feed, and 3 of the baby calves are in where the feeders are. I'll show you a quick deal with the young stock. The little ones there, these are all butcher animals for this fall. And you got some cows still outside, because I'm feeding 2 hours early, and usually the cows know when they're going to get fed. Let's see what I can get there. Cows wandering out there, probably some of their babies are out there. I think as great as that old silo, don't use it, but it's cool. You can climb up the one side right up here, go up in that tube and out the top. You get great views of the property around. Off just outside that door, there's a feeder. Now, I'm gonna find the dog. There's that dog. There's that dog. You gonna come eat me? Here's a tiny house per se I built. It's 8 foot wide and 8 foot long, and I actually built it for the chickens, and since then I've gotten rid of the chickens, and now it's we put the dog in there when we have to go somewhere so you don't eat up the house. But I hear he jumps out as soon as you put him in now. I don't know what he said was going on with it, but you notice on the outside there I put the nest boxes so it doesn't take up so much room on the inside, and you can still have the roosting going on the inside too. Once you start adding extra things, it gets smaller and smaller and smaller. Oh, dog's waiting for me. There's that dog. There's that dog. Come on. It's a flat tire. It's not my kid's rig. Here's my rig, because I haven't traded my kid the 1 ton. Both trucks are mine. The big 1 ton he uses a farm truck. So I use this one, but it looks like he ran over a nail and kept going, got the back tire too, but the front tire got the worst of it. The property line shoots all the way down that fence line. And where you see the white color back there, that there's the end of the property. That white color is the next field, and there's a ditch along, that's the main ditch along the back. They dig it out and have it pumped out. Otherwise, this Willow Grove area would probably be underwater right now. He was planning on fixing that truck up. I don't know why, but he just had to have it, so he got it. But he doesn't have time. Bronco back there I bought for parts. That there was my son-in-law's, and then he decided he's tired of working on it and gave it back to me. There's my son's Bronco in there. That's the one he does mud runs with at the fairgrounds. He's got the hood up, so I don't know what he's doing with it. And storage is always trying to keep things under cover. That there used to be a Sears truck box, I guess we'll call it. Brought the truck in here. I pulled the box off and set it on the ground. Well, it's actually up on railroad ties. And my kid, this thing saved my butt many times chasing the electric fence, seeing why it's shorted out. And he parked it here because he's pissed off at it. The fan needed a new bearing or something, maybe a new fan. And he hasn't touched it since. And I told him, get that thing in the inside that truck bed or whatever. And over here he's got his dump truck. It's nice to have a dump truck. You can go over to the neighbors. There's a horse farm over there. Not a horse farm, an arena. That's what you see way over there. They stall horses, and they got poop coming out their ears because their spreader quit working. And so Stephen brings it over here. Well, it's good for flower beds and whatnot. This is my truck that my kid was going with the trailer, flatbed trailer, to pick up another car, and I don't know if that was for him or a friend. And some woman at a slight curve in the road, she kept going straight and did a head-on right into my kid right in that corner. She went straight, my kid started turning and destroyed my truck. This is a diesel, and I went ahead, kid wanted it for different parts and everything else, so I bought it back from insurance. I don't know if he's taking any parts off of it, but that's what he wanted. This black car, it's an Escape. He was planning on, he got it cheap enough, planning cleaning it up and reselling it, but so far that hasn't happened. Like I say, he's too busy. And there's his Bronco he loves driving. I helped him with the colors on the side there, gave it the John Deere yellow and green look to it. It goes there and up and over the cab. It's just to give it another cool feature, I guess. And when I still owned the place, my kid bought this building kit here because he wanted a place to work on his the vehicles and whatnot. He's got this collar here. Being a black dog, at nighttime, this way hopefully your dog doesn't get hit if he's running around by himself, but usually I take him outside. Isn't that right, puppy? This is Crash, by the way. Oh, and by the way, when he comes in, he gets a treat. It's a good set. That's my puppy. You're such a good puppy. Is it all gone? Is it all gone? That's my puppy. Well, I have my noodles made. I baked them. They're all ready to go into the noodle here. Chicken soup. But first I need to debone that. Let it cool, debone it. Throw the noodles in and more than likely add more juice. And then when my son comes home tomorrow, he'll have his dinner all ready for him. Just slide them in, bring it to a boil, then keep it to a very light boil for a few hours. Stir it every once in a while, add water as needed, and yum yum yum. Don't forget to taste it though to make sure you have enough salt in there. Doesn't that look good? Just a nice light simmer. In fact, it's such a big pot. I'm gonna turn up just 2 maybe. Yeah. 8:41 p.m. This will be ready for tomorrow. I like to make it early. Like I say, leftovers is always better. The juice soaks up more in the noodles keep growing. Oh, delish! And everybody's gotta have a cat. And the loud noise you hear. Have the pellet stove going. Keeps this house nice and warm. That's beautiful. Rotten kitty. You rotten kitty. Yes, you're just a rotten kitty. You're just a rotten kitty, yes. Pellet stove. Keeps this house warm. It's a cross between electricity feel and wood heat. All these trees along here, shrubbery and everything I planted. Don't know what it is, but it weeps. I like the looks of it. Looks like a monster. We got the sequoia tree there. At least I do believe that's what it's called. It's amazing to see the size of the trunks on them. This is a car my son bought, and he uses it in the destruction derby or races around the fairgrounds or whatever. I don't know what they call it, but he enjoys playing. Look at the size of that sequoia. Oh. Don't want to let that thing hit you in the face when you're mowing. This one's even worse. Don't have the foggiest what the name is. Yeah, you can see it rained a lot. Anytime you see puddles along here, it rained a lot that night. This here's a blue spruce. Of course, it looks like hell right now because it's not pushing out its new growth yet. Look at this nice silvery blue color, but brighter than that when it blooms out the new growth. And that's a sweet gum tree. See all the moss in it. It's usually the last one to lose its leaves. There's all the moss in it. And then the neighbor, they planted all those trees along the backside. And Crash is worried. He sees that the neighbor had a car come in, and he thinks he needs to be the guard dog for them too. Crash, are you a good boy? Are you a good boy? And there's a little lawn I used to take care of so well. That's my pie cherry tree. Told my son that's the only tree I really care about. And over there's the corkscrew willow. He loves that tree. And just on the other side of the dike there is the Willow Grove Park. And Columbia River's right there. And let's see, all those trees way off in the yonder. That there is Oregon. And yes, they diked the whole thing here, so it doesn't flood during the winter time. They have a pump station that pumps the water out continuously. Sometimes we flood if we have a lot of rain. It doesn't flood at the house, but the fields all flood. Our local store, they have that lit up at night, white all the way around it, and he's got red eyes. Just a big Minute Mart out here in the country. didn't even plow this other side of the hill.